Welcome to today's episode of Let's Talk About This. Because this is a conversation that I see happening quietly in the background, but not many people are actually saying it aloud. And it's money. Or more specifically, why it feels like no matter what comes in, it never quite feels enough. And if you've ever sat there and just thought, I should be better with money than this, I should have more to show for it, where is it actually all going? Then you're not the only one. By the end of this episode, I want you to feel two things, and that's clarity and relief, as we uncover the three core questions that are keeping foster carers broke. For many foster carers, this isn't about money, but this is about pressure, responsibility, and carrying more than people actually realise. So the first question is, why do I feel like I never have enough, no matter what comes in? Let's just pause on this for a quick second and let me know your answer in the comments below. Because this question runs deep, it's not always that there isn't enough money. Sometimes it's just that there's no structure telling your money where to go. And in fostering, money doesn't flow like a normal job. It comes in differently, it goes out differently, and a lot of it is actually attached to responsibility, not just lifestyle. So what happens is you're receiving money, but it already has multiple roles. It's supporting a child, it's covering the home, it's even absorbing the unexpected. And without clear separation of all of this, it all just kind of blends. And when everything just blends, it creates so much pressure. But scripture reminds us in Matthew 6:21, for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And for many carers, your heart is everywhere, and so your money just kind of follows that. So let me ask you question two that just deepens on from question one. And again, just feel free to share your answer. But how do I manage my money when fostering income isn't stable? Oh, now this one is probably one of the biggest unspoken challenges when it comes to fostering, because you're expected to be stable in a system that simply isn't. Placements change, allowances shift, gaps happen, and yet you're still expected to function like everything is predictable. So instead of building a system that works for your reality, many carers, they try to force themselves into systems that were never actually designed for them in the first place. So it's time that we actually shift that and know that you don't need a perfect system, but you need a flexible one. So that might actually look like separating your accounts, building a buffer slowly, not perfectly, planning for the gaps, not being surprised by them, and most importantly, accepting that inconsistency, it doesn't mean that you were doing something wrong. Ecclesiastes 11:2 reminds us, invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8. You do not need to know what disaster may come upon the land. This is not fear, that is wisdom, that is preparation in action. And that leads us into our final question. And again, I just simply invite you to share your answers with us. And you can either do that below in the comment section, or you can even dive deeper into this within our membership space. Am I doing something wrong if I'm not saving or investing yet? This question actually carries a lot of quiet shame, because you hear conversations about saving, investing, building wealth, and you just think, I'm not even there yet. But here's the truth. You don't build from what you don't have clarity over. So if your finances right now feel really messy or overwhelming or simply unclear to you, then saving isn't the first step. Clarity is. Because saving isn't what you do after everything is sorted, but saving, it becomes a part of your financial structure, even if it's small. And I say this often when we're discussing our finances and over on our financial stewardship course for foster carers, is that you don't save what's left over, you build savings into what's already there. And Luke 16:10 reminds us, whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. So this isn't about how much you have, but it is about how you steward what is already placed in your hands. So when we can bring all of this together, this isn't about being bad with money. It's about never being shown how to actually manage your money in a life that looks like yours. And fostering has a very specific financial reality that many people will never face. So it's one that needs structure, wisdom, and grace. So if this is something that you've been carrying quietly, I hope this episode has helped you today to feel seen, but also given you a way forward. And if you're ready to actually build that clarity today, to start to understand your money without pressure, to understand it without shame, I've created something that just walks you through that step by step. And it's the financial stewardship for foster carers. And you can find all the information in the description below. But just for now, just sit and know that you're not behind. You're still in your building phase. And if you've enjoyed today's episode, please make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. And send this video to a fellow foster carer who may need to hear this message today. And if you're not ready to leave yet, don't worry, we can hang out some more. And I'll see you in the next video.